Wama Yabashima Shabashim Kwakudasha Barakata, double honors unto the apostle, great millstone, and honor you brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above our body, are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy, for the spirit of power, Yabashima Shai. So this is going to be a relatively quick video, and we're going to be going into the topic of this recession, and that they've designed and planned to come to the UK. And don't be fooled, this is all by design. This ain't something that they was trying to avoid. This is something that they was actively trying to achieve. And the proof of that is when you go into seeing and understanding the plans of the elite banking families and how they wanted to reduce the output of factories and how they wanted to reduce the amount of goods that you can buy, goods and services that you can buy and pay for by the year 2030, then you get to finding out all of these interest hikes that they had in the last couple of years was the fuel behind the fire as to why, that those things were happening. And so we see articles like this, and you're thinking, this is all something that needs to be solved if you're in the world, right? Us, the men of the Lord, we look forward to it because it's going to be a fulfillment of the book of James and many other scriptures, the book of Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, and many other precepts where we see that it was going to be a downturn, and it was going to be a time of mourning, such as like never been seen before within the planet. And it's also known as the time of Jacob's trouble. We know that, and we understand that from the scriptures, and we understand that from the precepts, man. So when we see these particular things happen within the earth, we rejoice at them because it is a fulfillment of the scriptures of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shema Shai. So if we go into the little bit of the history, especially in this month, and it's funny that this is the month that they announced that this is going to be the craziest recession since 2008, right? This is from the Telegraph, which is a pretty respectable source out here within the UK. And a lot of this stuff ain't news, it's predictive programming, right? But look at this, it says recession warning as employers cut staff at fastest rate and fastest pace since 2009. And that came out 2 days ago. And you see 2 days ago, what else did they say? 2 days ago, UK headed for a recession. But if you look on the image, right, Bank of England leaves key rates at 5.25%. And that's the first month they've done that. So some people thought that they were going to be able to breathe now because these rates stopped increasing. But still, they're still high. First and foremost, they're still high. Okay, they're still high. That's number one. Number two, it becomes very difficult for businesses to get what's known as a business loan, especially at 5.25. It's going to be very expensive to get loans, and the vast majority of industry doesn't, if not all the industry, runs off of credit lines. These people ain't using their own money. When you see these big companies, they ain't using their own money, they ain't using their own pennies to achieve particular goals and agendas. They're using bank loans, and the proof of that is when you had the help to buy in the UK. What other things do you have within the UK? Incentives, right? Financial incentives to help you go out there and spend money and build up businesses. You had a situation where the rates were very low. The rates were very low, right? Or it was some government scheme, which is another way of saying the rates were very low, right? The on cost was very low, and this is how the economy works. The economy works off of the back of the rates being very low, and it's very easy for you to be able to access credit. This is what it's all about. And when credit went up, and now it's so-called ease, and these people are happy because they can so-called have some predictive way of negotiating their mortgages now, and boom, recession, right? Job cuts, businesses going under. The damage is already done. Okay, the damage is already done. The recession is coming. Right, whether it be the end of this year, early next year, it doesn't matter. The recession is coming, man. I mean, hey, that's just the reality of the situation. The recession is coming, man. Okay, UK private sector PMI falls in September. I wonder why? Because they've been increasing them rates. So now you're seeing it stop again. Like I said, it might seem like, oh, okay, yeah, now back to the good old times. No. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly when to stop it. They know exactly when to give you the little bit of hope after the damage is already done. So it's going to be interesting what's going to happen out here by the next month, early January. It's going to be interesting to see, because really how the economy works, we need to understand. This is another point, right? What you need to understand is everything is integrated. So if one side of the economy falls apart, then the rest of it is integrated. Everything is stacked up against each other. It's like a house of cards. So when this whole house starts falling apart, it's going to fall apart, and it'll fall apart very quickly, man. It'll fall apart very quickly. So it's going to be a very interesting end of this year, right? As we see the damage and the repercussions of all of the things that they've done in the last couple of years come together, with the C19 and the interest rate cuts. We're going to see what's going to happen as a result of that. But hey, we look forward to it. The CHIP coming, all of them things there coming to pass is the fulfillment of these scriptures that we read about. So with that, I'm going to say, praise unto Double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone, and honest your brothers to be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.